What's up, folks? I am Jason C. from themashanddrum, and today we have a first look at the brand new Old Forester single barrel proof rye. This was just announced on June 1st, and the first new version of this rye recipe since the original 100 proof release back in 2019 that you see here. So Old Forester was kind enough to provide me a sample to give it a try, give it a review. I haven't tried this at all yet, so let's taste it and put it against some other high proof ryes to see how it holds up today on the Mash and Drum. As you know, Old Forester rye was the first new recipe from Old Forester in nearly 150 years, and has quickly become a beloved expression for bartenders and consumers, especially being a great rye for only about, what, 23, 24 bucks? Since that release of Old Forester rye in 2019, fans of Old Forester have been asking to try it at barrel strength, and much like Old Forester always does, they listened. The Old Forester rye single barrel delivers on the same balanced and unique flavor profile of our 100 proof expression, only amplified and in unfiltered raw form, said master taster Jackie Zykin. Now, the biggest difference with this release, although it's extremely limited, will be available nationwide, not through Old Forester's private barrel program like the 100 proof and barrel proof bourbon expressions that we see today. We don't have an age statement on this, but I would guess these are on the younger side and matured in those heat cycled warehouses that Old Forester is famous for. So let's pour some and give it a go. I will say it's already pretty damn dark. Let me get a nice pour of that here. Ooh. All right, so I've also poured some of the Old Forester 100 proof just to do a quick compare and contrast for you guys. And as you can see here, we have some other ryes just waiting to be compared to. We will do that. Compared to probably 4 of my favorite, more available go-to ryes right here that I love to sip on usually. So let's go to the 100 proof first. Let's get it started. Now remember, the mash bill for the Old Forester rye was actually pretty unique. It's 65 rye, 20% malted barley, and 15% corn. So actually the lowest common denominator here is actually corn. So, and I think what the barley brings out is a little bit more of like a lemon, sour lemon zest type note you get on it. It's very sweet, there's a lot of vanilla. This is a new bottle of the Old Forester 100, and I will say that it does, I feel like it gets a little bit more citrusy as it opens up here. I mean, you get caramel, brown sugars on this rye. Definitely get that little minty aspect of a good rye. All right, let's try the 100 proof first. Oh yeah, it's citrusy, it's fruity. Yeah, I get cinnamon on this one. I mean, this became the darling of the rye world for a reason, guys. You go back to this, you just forget how good it is. Maybe a slight dill note in there too. All right, so let's get to the reason why we're here, guys. This is the Old Forester single barrel proof rye. This is uncut, unfiltered. Again, this is a sample that Old Forester sent me. I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. 124 proof for this one. Remember, these are single barrels that will vary in proof as they come out and release. So first difference in color here. There's definitely a slightly darker color here on the barrel proof, as you would expect. It's got a little bit more of a copper note to it. All right, let's go to the nose. Let's compare here. See, I'm getting the lemon right away on the barrel proof. Man, vanilla custard. I think a little hint of a chocolate note here, like a white chocolate. It's a little floral as well. I'm not really picking up any like dill or rye spice notes too much. I really can't believe how powerful the lemon and the citrus is coming off this. Really beautiful nose. It is, it's kind of like the 100 proof, but a little bit amped up here. Actually a lot amped up. This is just darker, richer, everything you would expect. You could almost smell a little bit of the youth in this, whereas this one is coming off a lot just richer and even like it smells like it's gonna be creamy, if that makes sense. All right, let's go to the palate here. Here we go. First taste. Wow, it's fruity for a rye. I like that a lot actually, but I'm getting more of the rye component on the palate rather than the nose. The nose came off very sweet, whereas the palate I'm getting the rye spice, the the orange. Again, that lemon is coming back. Maybe a little bit of that dill note, some rye spice there. Nice black peppery finish. Let's go for another sip here. Oh, second sip is even better. Yeah, when your palate gets used to this, here comes the flavors. I'm actually getting like a really beautiful toasted almond note here. I don't know where that's coming from. Well, maybe it's the high barley, because sometimes barley gives me like a toast, like kind of like a toasted, like rye bread type note. And maybe that's what I'm picking up here. It's maybe coming off a little bit more like a sweet almond. Definitely getting the lemon still. It's very fruity up front, but then it starts just turning into like that almondy, rye, a little bit of dill, black pepper, kind of the finish you would expect on a rye. This is kind of like a nice contrast between the sweet flavors of a rye and also the like those base flavors that you get. Let's go for another sip. Yeah, it's fruity, it's sweet. Again, it's pretty damn lemony. I gotta say, if you guys like a good lemon punch in your rye, this definitely brings lemon. Like lemon zest, or maybe even like a lemon custard, lemon meringue. All the lemon things, all the lemon things. Let's go for another sip here. Yeah, the back end is all like that spearmint and the mintiness and the pepperiness. Up front, it's all lemon. A lot of lemon, the lemon custard I said I was getting. Every now and again, when I want to cheat, like on my diet, I go and get like a Krispy Kreme, and the Krispy Kreme has like this lemon-filled powdered donut. The lemon cream in there is what's the reminder in this glass. It's very lemony to me. Again, these are single barrels. They could vary. Some could be more lemony than others, but this one's bringing the lemon hard. One last sip here, then we'll do a comparison. It's like you take some of that lemon custard or lemon curd and you just put it on like some toasted rye bread, sprinkle some mint on there, maybe a little bit of orange spice, some sugar, maybe like the slightest, a little hint of cinnamon too, and that's what's in this glass. It's very good. It's I kind of like that it's not overly sweet. Sometimes for me, like a good rye whiskey, for me, like, you have the Kentucky ryes that are definitely on the sweeter side. I mean, we've talked about Pikesville before. We've talked about, the Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. That was really sweet, very candy. This isn't that to me. This actually it is sweet, but it's really kind of still in the realm of a good traditional spicy rye, the dill. I think the barley lends that rye breadiness to it. Man. I can't get over how much lemon though. Now the MSRP on the single barrel proof rye for Old Forester is gonna be $80, which is a huge jump from the $22, $23, $24 variety that we're seeing here. Now I do admit that, yeah, compared to this packs way more flavor. It's much more viscous on the palate. It's velvety, it's creamy, it sticks to the palate. I think there's a huge jump in quality here, guys, from the 100 proofer up to the single barrel proof rye. I mean, this is damn good, the 100 proof, but this is it's on a whole nother level. I think we could kind of put it up against these, so let's try it and see how it comes out. All right, guys, so we have 5 different pours of rye whiskey here. 3 of them are generally available. The Jack Daniel's that I have here, the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, is not available really at all right now, but I figured I'd throw it in the mix. I'm actually out of rare breed rye. I wanted to put rare breed rye from Wild Turkey in here, but apparently I don't have any left, and I haven't seen it since I finished that other bottle. So, but I will say rare breed rye, from my recollection, was kind of a very heavy, like orange cream, orange citrus, orange creamsicle type of flavor profile, which was very different from the Old Forester. So we have Old Forester barrel proof rye going against the Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, and also Pikesville, Russell's Reserve single barrel rye, and Wilderness Trail rye. So 3 of them are pretty available. So let's go in order and see what we get here. I'll try to go through these pretty quick just to, see which one I like. It's a lot of whiskey. Great nose on this one. And you guys will be able to see before I know what's in each glass, so that should be fun. This one's very sweet. Again, not too, you get the mint, but this one isn't too rye spice heavy either. Remember, most of these are just Kentucky ryes, except for the Jack Daniels, which is a Tennessee rye. But, so you're gonna have some lower rye content. Yeah, that's pretty sweet on that one. All right, let's go to number 2 here. Whoa, this one is rich. This one has like a burnt caramel note to it and chocolate. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful rye nose. Man, chocolate rye spice here. Mint, a rich, like dark roasted, like almost burnt caramel, top of creme brulee. Damn. That nose is legit. Okay, let's go to this one here. Wow, this one's super sweet. Man, you could really smell the alcohol in this one. Man, getting like a cookie, like that cookie dough note, that could clue me into the Jack Daniels maybe. Man, I don't know, so far 2. I don't know, 2's got that dark rich. I think I got a little bit of lemon in 2 as well. All right, let's go to 4. 4 is probably the lightest on the nose out of all of these so far. It smells like it's gonna be creamy though. Definitely some mint. Some rich caramels here. This one's a little bit on the fruitier side as well. Man, getting a lot of sugar here. This one's coming across probably the most minty here. All right, let's go to the last one. Oh, this is probably the most rye out of all of them. This one's a ton of mint. This one's like coming off like a mojito drink, where I'm getting all the sugar, all the mint, a little bit of dill, but also some nice sweetness in here too. This one's actually giving off a little bit of chocolate as well. Oh man. All right, all 5 of these have very different noses, which is what the point is. So let's go through them and taste them real quick. Here we go. That one's bringing a lot of citrus there. I mean, when you talk about rye, you talk about a lot of orange. That one is definitely bringing the orange spice, the orange cream, little, some of the black pepper there on the back end as well. Getting a little punch of cinnamon, some vanilla too. That's just a delicious solid rye. Love the black pepper on it. That one's actually nice and creamy as well. That's good. Just on the palate, just overall, I really like that rye. All right, let's go to number 2 here. Number 2 is bringing the flavor. That is dark and rich. Getting that rye toast. That, I don't want to say what I think it is yet, but man, the lemon. Oh, that's good. That one is coming off way more intense than letter A here. All right, let's go to number 3. Oh wow, holy crap, number 3. Number 3 is legit too. That is very sweet. A lot more alcohol punch, I think, on that one, a little more ethanol. Again, more on the sweeter side of a rye too. Getting all this sugary sweetness. There's some citrus in there. There's some mint in there. Chocolate for sure. That's the one I said I was getting like a little bit of a cookie dough. There's like a very sugary sweet aspect to it. A little bit of I think I'm getting a little punch of lemon in that one too. There's like a sweet tart note to that one as well. All right, this one here, number 4. Number 4 is very sweet, very delicious. Good pepperiness to it. Again, that spearmint. Very rich caramel in number 4 as well. I like the caramel, the vanilla notes I'm getting. It's pulling some of that spearmint, that mintiness. A little bit of chocolate as well. More like a milk chocolate, not a dark chocolate. It's a little bit fruit forward as well on number 4. I like the balance in number 4. All right, last one. That one's not bad. It's just really weird coming off the other four because it's the most rye forward. I'm trying to think out of all those what it could be. That is really rye forward. This is the one where you get some of the dill, you get some of the more of the intense rye spice here. A little bit of black licorice, a little bit of caramel. The black pepper is all in there. Man, really good, but just coming off these, a way different profile. Okay, let's find out how the Old Forester did in this lineup. I'm going to rank them real quick. So all of these are good. It's just that 2 and 3 are absolute beasts going against these other 3 here. And then the last one. Wow, that's the most rye out of all the 4. Out of all the 5, I should say. The most rye. All right, so I think for me, I'm gonna put the last one in last here. Even though it's really good, just coming off these 4, it's just not doing it for me. I think I like 1 a little bit, just a tad bit more than 4. So I'm gonna put that there. It's down to these 2 for first and second place here. I'm gonna have to put that one in first and that one in second. All right. Man, but these are close. These are really close. 1 and 2 are close. All right, I need a little water first here. Dear Lord, that's a lot of rye whiskey. All right, let's find out what each of these are. Let me move this. All right, last place, what we got here is, wait, did I write? I forgot what I wrote. No, I remember what I wrote now. This one is actually the Wilderness Trail, coming in last place for me on this tasting. I mean, Wilderness Trail rye whiskey is probably one of my favorite rye whiskeys on the shelf. It just, like, compared to these other, you know, these other 4, this was the most rye forward that I got out of all of them. Let's go to the next to last place, which was, oh shit, are you kidding me? It's Pikesville. So Pikesville comes in, let's see, Pikesville comes in 4th in this tasting. Pikesville is still my go-to, especially if you just caught my my rye whiskey and you only need 5 ryes. Actually, both of these were on that list, and I still stand by that. I love Pikesville. It's definitely a sweeter rye. Number 3, man, Russell's Reserve Single Barrel Rye coming in with that orange spice. I thought this was actually maybe the Pikesville, but I don't know. These 2 were really close as well. These were kind of interchangeable. I've actually been drinking the Wilderness Trail more than the Russells lately, but now the Wilderness Trails are single barrels as well, so, you know, those could, you know, be different from bottle to bottle. I just did a pick of Wilderness Trail that did not taste anything like this and is friggin' a hitter. So this one was definitely the most rye spice heavy, but Russell's Reserve Wild Turkey must be my turkey palate, guys. All right, so that means Jack Daniels and the new Old Forester is in the lead, is 1 and 2, and they were close. So let's see here. First we have, wow. Okay, it doesn't really surprise me. Second place is the Old Forester, and the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye is just too damn good. But I gotta tell you guys, this Old Forester Single Barrel Rye is close. I mean, it is rich. It is a lot of flavor. I mean, it was close. It just goes to show you the difference in flavors. And so, like, the Jack Daniels came off a little bit sweeter, a little bit of that like that chocolatey type of, and the sweet sugary, you know, like punch I was getting in the Jack Daniels. I think the proof helped a little bit. But this Old Forester Single Barrel, I'm telling you, I would say it's actually head and shoulders above these 3. It's really good. It's very rich. It's very dark. I mean, I know it's going to be limited, guys, and I know it's $80, but man, if you love rye whiskey, you especially love the Old Forester profile, a lot of that lemon, a lot of that doughy like bread, the rye, the mint, some of the chocolate coming out of it. I mean, this is an absolute beast of a rye, and I cannot wait until it hits the market. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed this review, this first look at the Old Forester single barrel proof rye. Thank you to Old Forester for sending me this. Absolute pleasure to taste it and review it. I think it's absolutely great. I think it's a phenomenal rye whiskey, and I cannot wait for it to come out. Again, $80 MSRP. Maybe that might be a little bit much for you guys, but you know, they do make that a great budget version in the Old Forester 100 proof for about 23, 24 bucks. But if you love rye whiskey, especially sweeter ones, you like that lemon zest that I was picking up on there. I don't know if it'll be in every single barrel, but I mean, this one had a lot of it. It was damn good. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Let me know if you're excited about this, if you're not crazy about the price point, if you're still willing to spend the money on this. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. So cheers, and I will see you next time on The Mash and Drum. Take care, everybody.